Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 19 and it's Sunday, so we're going to do a Sunday yum. So come lie on the floor and have your tins of beans or whatever it is that you're using handy. Come. Actually, come light your candle. Aromatherapy. Come lie on the floor and just land into your sensations. Feeling the floor behind the back of your head, shoulders, the smell of your aromatherapy. Nice. And just rub down through your arms. Rub down through your legs. And then bring your hands to your belly, bringing the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. So shimmy your shoulders or wiggle your shoulders till you feel a deep sense of connection between your shoulders and the floor. Hands are resting on your belly. And just have a moment of pause. Can you feel the back of the right shoulder? Is it even or equal or similar or totally different from the left shoulder? Can you feel the right elbow on the floor? Is it similar or different? And you're not trying to correct what yourself, you're just noticing. It's an awareness of how you are more so than trying to be the perfect version of yourself or some kind of corrected version of yourself. So as you feel into your elbows, do they feel like a similar weight or are they different? When you feel into the size of your hands, the sense of your hands, are they similar or different? When you feel the back of your pelvis, left and right. When you feel your thighs, the deep hips, do they feel similar or different? As I lie here, there's quite a difference in size between one side and the other of my body. One side feels heavier, bigger, and that's okay. That's just how it is. That's how I feel right now. Feeling into your feet. Is one foot bigger or smaller, lighter, harder to feel? Just notice how it is in your feet. Nice. Bring your feet to stand. Bring your feet wider than your mat and then drop your knees towards each other. And now we're doing the opposite. And so your thighs are almost touching. So I keep walking my feet a little bit out. I'm making sure my knees are comfortable and I'm dropping my knees towards each other. And for me to flatten into my lower back and draw my spine backwards takes any strain out of my knees. But just feel that as you flatten down, as your thighs fall towards each other. I'm on the big toe edge of my feet and the blades of my feet have lifted. Can you send your breath down into your thighs? And you have a sense of breathing into your belly and then spiraling your breath down into your thighs. Nice. And then again, back to the first. Soles of your feet together, knees apart. Breathing down into your thighs. Have a sense of deepening your breath. Down into the pubic bone, down into the groins, and then it seems to like spread down into my thighs, or I can kind of create buoyancy down into my thighs, down into my legs if I really deepen my breath. So just feel that in you. Nice. Bring your feet to stand, feet are hip distance apart. Drop both knees down to the right. Come back up to center. Drop both knees down to the left. Come back to center. And just travel from side to side, noticing how that is in your pelvis, in your hips, in your thighs, in the deep of your belly. Nice. Bring your right foot to rest on top of the left knee. Rock from side to side here. Traveling left. I'm bringing my elbows slightly wider on the floor. Give me a little bit more anchor through the top of my body, a bit more of a base through the top of my body, which then counterweights the sense of my legs as I rock from side to side. Change. Bring your left foot to rest on top of your right knee and rock from side to side. Nice. So I'm going to turn so you can see me. Interlock your fingers into thunder fist straight up towards the ceiling. Bring your feet so they're as wide as your mat, and your feet are going to stay flat on the floor. And then roll over onto your right shoulder and bring the length of your right arm to the floor. Feet stay flat on the floor. Come all the way back up to center. And then roll so that the length of your left arm is long along the floor. My arms are straight. And I'm really feeling the sense of my rib cage is moving. Rolling right. Come back to center. Rolling left. Come back to center. Rolling right. Center. And rolling left. Center. Nice. Bend your right elbow. Bring it to the floor. Back up to center. Bend your left elbow. Bring it to the floor. Come back up to center. So grab one of your weights. Remember, you have a weight above your face. And so I'm holding both sides of my weight as I do this. You can find a way. How would you do this? How would you hold on to your weight for you? And then bring your right elbow down. Back up to center. Bring your left elbow down. So my elbow is bending as I do this. Center, elbow down. Center, elbow down. Center, elbow down. Center. We're going to try the first movement. We're going to go really slowly. Slowly roll so that your right arm is long along the floor. And with a weight, what's different about that movement? So as you come back up, how is the return? And then all the way down on the left. So for me, the work is not the going down, but the returning back. I can feel the work in my rib cage. So just make sure that that work feels comfortable for you. Over towards the right, back up to center. Over towards the left, back up to center. Right, center, left, center. Nice. So keep your arms up towards the ceiling, walk your feet so they're hip distance apart, and then roll up along your spine, traveling up And then all the way down, drop your bum, bend your elbows, touch the floor with your knuckles, with your weight. Straighten your arms up, roll up along your spine. And then bend your elbows, touch your elbows, your fingers to the floor. Straight up. Lift your hips. Pause there. Now, keeping your hips high, bend your elbows. Straighten your arms. You can lower your arms down straight if that feels like something that feels okay for your shoulders, or lower down so you're a little bit further away from your head. Find so you can lower down, elbows bent, and then extend, or you can straighten and lower down straight, or you can stay bent and keep your elbows bent. So just see what is the way that you can lower your arms down in wholesomeness. Hips are high, bum is squeezing, hips are lifting. So I'm going to lower down, and then I'm bringing my weight towards my hips in the middle. Lower down your arms overhead, and then weight towards your hips. Arms are straight as they travel towards your hips. Lower down, arms towards your hips. One more time. Lower down, drop your bum, keep your arms overhead. Drop your knees to the right, back up to center, drop your knees to the left. Back up to center. Drop your knees to the right. Center. Drop your knees to the left. Center. Nice. So keep your arms overhead, long above your head. And then slowly draw your right knee up towards your chest. And then stretch your right leg long, but float your bum just above the floor as you do that. So bend your right knee up, and as your right knee comes up towards you, squeeze your thigh as close to your chest as you can, and then straighten your leg. And as you straighten your leg, let your bum float just above the floor. Bend your knee, draw your knee up towards your chest, and then straighten your leg so your leg is floating just above the floor. And again, bend your knee, draw your knee up towards your chest, and then straighten your leg long. Nice. Bend your right knee, bring your left knee up towards your chest, squeeze it deeply in. Arms are overhead. Stretch your left leg long, let it float just above the floor. Bend your knee, draw your knee up onto your chest, and then lengthen long. Foot floats just above the floor. And again, bend your knee, draw your knee up onto your chest, stretch your leg long. One more time. Bend your knee, draw your knee up onto your chest, stretch your leg long. Nice. Bend both knees, bum to the floor. Release your weight and bring your arms back and let them squeeze in beside you. So you were working your muscles, even though they were resting overhead, they were being worked a lot there. So squeeze your elbows into your sides and just pause. Nice. So bring your feet together, your ankles together, and then roll over onto your right side so that you're resting your arm, your head on your arm, and your knees are bent so your knees are at a 90-degree angle, and your hand is pushing down into the floor just in front of you. So keeping your feet together, lift your left knee. Bring your knees together, lift your left foot. So feet together, lift your knee. Knees together, lift your foot. Feet together, lift your knee. I'm always amazed at the range here. Knees together, lift your foot. Nice. Let your foot travel backwards towards the floor, towards the wall behind you with your knee bent, and then let your knee travel forward up towards your elbow. Left foot travels backwards. Left knee travels forwards. And as I travel backwards, I'm leaning into the front of my hip deeply. It feels very yum. And then as I squeeze forward, I'm trying to really compress as much as I can with the belly and the hip. And again, foot travels back and then forward. And then travel a big circle with that left knee. What does traveling a circle up here in the air above you feel like? Or what's the sense of that? And my left hand is secure on the floor, and I'm keeping my pelvis and my hips as steady as I can. So I'm not letting my torso roll around the place. I'm moving from my hip as much as possible. Rather than it being that my whole body is moving, I'm trying to keep it that, oh, this is mobility of the hip that's happening. Nice. Stretch your left leg long, like you're trying to touch the wall way down beyond your mat. I really try and go, go, go. And as I go, my right side of my body is reaching off the floor, rounding, curving, lifting off the floor. Bend your knee, bring your knee up to your elbow. And then lengthen long as you can. Feel like my whole body has been dragged down in the direction of that left foot because I'm reaching so strongly. Reach even more, point into your toe. Feel the connection into your belly, into your ribs, all the way down into your toes. Nice. Bend your knee. Come to the other side. So come lie on your back. Left arm is long beside your ear. Roll over onto your left side. Knees are bent so that your knees are at a 90-degree angle. From here, keeping your feet together, lift your knee. Bring your knees together, lift your foot. Feet together, lift your knee. Knees together, lift your foot. And again, feet together, lift your knee. Knees together, lift your foot. Super. Draw your right foot behind you, opening into your hip. Try and keep a sense of a stability in your torso, a steadiness in that right hand. And then draw your knee up to your elbow and squeeze. Bring your foot behind you, knee is bent. Lengthen into the front of your thigh, lean deeply into the front of your thigh. And then draw your knee up and squeeze. And again, foot behind you. Knee towards your elbow. Nice. One last time. Foot behind you, lean into your hip. And the knee towards your elbow. And then draw a big circle, keeping that right hand steady on the floor. Trying to keep your spine steady. You're trying to mobilize into the hip rather than send your pelvis all over the place. Don't send your pelvis all over the place. Circling and circling the other direction. Nice. Stretch your right leg long, like you're trying to touch way down beyond your yoga mat. Like reaching, reaching, reaching. I can feel everything's been dragged. The left side of my ribs are being lifted off the floor by the extension into the right side is pulling everything, is recruiting the space from everywhere. Bend your knee, bring your elbow up to your knee. No, bring your knee up to your elbow. And then stretch your leg long and pause. How dynamic can you create that connection down into your toes? So point your toes, reach into your calf, extend into your knee, lengthen into your thigh, open into your hip, feel your waist. Feel like everything's been pulled down towards that right foot. And relax, go onto your back. Soles of your feet together, knees apart. Hands to your belly, pause. So today's day 19, so we have 2 more days of wholesome. Amazing. And then loads, around 20 of you, I will see inside in my in-person yoga classes that start on Tuesday and Wednesday. Such a delight. It's one of those really funny things. Because ye guys who do yoga with me daily, like know my instructions and know, just do ye know. But having ye in the same room as me is really, it's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Yeah, there's a sense of coherency that my instructions are really, yeah, it's so clear. It's just amazing. I love it. So I'm excited to see you on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's very nice. So stay here with your hips wide or bring your hands to your heart or your belly and just really deepen into the pause. So catching pauses where they arise or where they spring up in your day, and really like turn the engine off. Settle, land, deepen. Nice. It was just gorgeous to be here with you today. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Those of you, as always, I say this every Sunday, but those of you I'll see on the beach, I will see on the beach. And nice. Great. I'll see you all tomorrow. And day 20, almost at the end of this wonderful journey of Wholesome. Yeah, it's changed. I've really, like, since I launched it way back in, feels like ages ago, like back in the middle of December, that thought of what is wholesome? Like, what is this thing? And now I feel like I know the taste of it. I know the sense of it. I know the cultivation of wholesomeness in my life. What a gift. Thanks so much for the adventure. Lovely. Bye.